Hello, I'm RJD with RJD's channel, and you are watching breaking news right now. Longtime associate of Donald Trump, Roger Stone, has been arrested by the FBI in his home this morning. This is breaking news right now. Let me just cover these up. No copyright strikes today. This is just crazy. Roger Stone has been arrested in his home. What else do we have to say? This is pretty crazy, yeah. Once the information scrolls on here, then we gotta keep saying this stuff. I guess you could take a look at the national weather down there on the scroll. So he's an ex-Trump advisor indicted in the Mueller investigation. Longtime Trump associate Roger Stone indicted on charges brought by the Mueller special counsel and arrested by FBI. President Trump reportedly open to ending government shutdown in exchange for down payment on wall. Republican Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown fell in Senate yesterday, as you've seen in my live stream. The United States to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen to testify before Senate. Payne Lefter claiming President Trump, Rudy Giuliani threatened his family. Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party U.S. non-emergency embassy staff told to leave. So that does have something to do with the craziness in Venezuela. They want every U.S. person to get out of their country immediately. So if you are just joining us, Roger Stone, an ex-advisor of Trump, has been indicted in the Mueller investigation by the special counsel and has been arrested by the FBI. If you are just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. We're just getting ready to hear some word from these people. So we're just waiting. We're awaiting first court appearance.
How about now? 1.
If you are just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. This is live breaking news right now. Let's turn down this volume so you'll be able to hear them clearly. Like I said, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI, and we are awaiting the first court appearance. This morning he's been arrested. He is President Trump's ex-advisor. So longtime Trump associate Roger Stone has been indicted on charges brought by Mueller special counsel and arrested by the FBI. Also, some other news. President Trump reportedly open to ending the government shutdown in exchange for down payments on the wall. Republican Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown fell in Senate yesterday. The U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen to testify before Senate panel after claiming President Trump threatened his family. Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party. The U.S. non-emergency embassy staff told to leave. This is breaking news right now. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI, and we are awaiting the first court appearance, and they will be speaking to us in just a moment. We just have to wait a little longer. This is just some breaking news right now. I'm going to turn on my YouTube channel on my TV right now so I can watch what I'm doing. So we're going to wait so we can listen in. So if you are just joining us, President Trump's ex-advisor Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI, and we are awaiting the first court appearance. He's been indicted by the special counsel from Robert Mueller, and he's been arrested by the FBI. So if you're just joining us, this is breaking news now.
by employers in the United States comes from hiring sites on Trustpilot with over 1,000 reviews. Right now, my listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com. Way to hire. Okay, so again, reiterate the question. Person one is not Steve Bannon. We'll get to Steve Bannon in a second. So Roger Stone was coordinating with this person one who was apparently passing information from WikiLeaks. Starting in early August 2016, after receiving the August 2nd, 2016 email from person one, Stone made repeated statements about information he claimed to have learned from the head of WikiLeaks. So he spoke publicly about this over and over and over again, because if you're colluding with an enemy of the United States, presumably what you want to do is speak as publicly about it as possible over and over and over to show you're cool. That's exactly what Roger Stone did. I'm telling you, the best people. Okay, beginning on or about August 19th. 2016, Stone exchanged written communications, including by text message and email, with person 2, organization 1. So person 2.
If you're just joining us, this is live breaking news. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. He's been indicted by the special counsel for Mueller. This is live breaking news right now. And we are with appearance. We're joining you. You're joining. Roger Stone has been indicted by the special counsel from Robert, and he has been arrested by the FBI. Now we're just awaiting his first court appearance. Just to name a couple of people who are live right now talking about this, it's the Ben Shapiro Show and also Fox 10 Phoenix. These are some sites that are live right now talking about this.
Hey, Brian, it's Tom. Can you get me Mark Burstein? I don't know if he's already in the control room.
I'm just waiting a little longer. Longer. Waiting a little longer. We've been on for 20 minutes and 56 seconds. We are just waiting a little longer. We're waiting for them to speak about Roger Stone being arrested by the FBI.
Dialing now.
Alright, this should be starting right about now. If you are just joining us right now, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI, and we are awaiting the first court appearance. Check out our weather right down here. This is our national weather, and we will be right with you shortly. They should be talking in just a moment, but this is breaking news right now. All the news is talking about it. Well, like me and only a couple of other channels are doing this live. So as you can see on your left screen, this is where they're going to be speaking. On your right screen, this is just showing a couple of videos of this man. His name is Roger Stone. He is President Trump's ex-advisor, and he's been indicted by the special counsel with Robert Mueller. So, as you can see on this, it says longtime Trump associate Roger Stone indicted on charges brought by Mueller special counsel and arrested by FBI. President Trump reportedly open to ending government shutdown in exchange for down payment on the wall. Republican and Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown failed in the Senate, as you did see in our stream yesterday. The U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone the State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen to testify before Senate panel after claiming President Trump, Rudy Giuliani, threatened his family. Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party. U.S. non-emergency embassy staff told to leave. New York City is cloudy and 35 degrees with a heat index of 36 degrees. Like I was saying earlier, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI, and we are awaiting the first court appearance. If you are just joining us, longtime Trump associate Roger Stone indicted on charges brought by Mueller's special counsel and arrested by the FBI. President Trump reportedly open to ending government shutdown in exchange for down payment on the wall. Republican Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown failed in the Senate yesterday. U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone the State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen testified before a Senate panel after claiming President Trump and Rudy Giuliani threatened his family. Venezuela President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party U.S. non-emergency embassy staff told to leave. We're just gonna wait for them to speak. So we'll be quiet for a while. If you're just joining us, Roger Stone has been indicted by the special counsel from Robert Mueller and has been arrested by the FBI. We are awaiting the first court appearance. If you are just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested and indicted by the Robert Mueller special counsel and has been arrested by the FBI at his home this morning. We are just waiting for his first court appearance. This is breaking news now. We are waiting for them to speak on this, and we're just waiting a little bit patiently. We have been on this for almost an hour now, and this is breaking news right now. As you've seen our yesterday live stream, we were on for about an hour and 40 something minutes. Not really sure the amount of time, but we were there recording the Senate having debates, and they had voted on the wall, and the wall is not being funded, and the government will still be shut down. If you're just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested at his home this morning for being indicted by special counsel with Robert Mueller this morning, and we are just awaiting his first court appearance. He is President Trump's ex-advisor. I know I'm saying it again, but if you're just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested for from being indicted by the special counsel with Robert Mueller this morning. He's been arrested at his home by the FBI, and we're just awaiting his first court appearance. Also, some other breaking news. It failed to reopen the government yesterday, and also a lot of debates yesterday. And if you do want to check out, please go check it out as soon as possible so you can see what happened yesterday on the live. Also, Venezuela has cut U.S. ties from they cut U.S. ties, and now the non-emergency embassy in their country from the United States has all their staff leaving right now. President Maduro of Venezuela. Also, Michael Cohen will be testifying soon after he accused President Trump and Rudy Giuliani for threatening him and his family. Also, breaking news from the other day, there was a bank. There was a bank that was getting robbed. I think it was a bank. I forgot what it was, but it caused SWAT to smash the car into the windows of the bank just to get the armed person to settle down and get them arrested. That's also a breaking news story. We did not do that with RJD News, which I do apologize for, because I am going through a lot of pain, like with my body. My abdomen is in a lot of pain, and I'm not sure what's going on, so I actually am laying down doing this right now. The phone is on the other side of the room, and I am watching myself on my TV. And what I am doing exactly is I'm just speaking from what I know. I am literally laying down. You might think that I'm somewhere probably sitting down reading papers. I'm actually just laying down and going off of what I know. pain in my abdomen. But the pain, and I've been able to. It can stop, and if I lay a different way, it can stop. Or if I just stay calm and just not even pay attention to it, I get rid of the feeling. Earlier in my days of pain, I had this warming pad. This pad gets warm once you turn it on. You plug it into the wall, it turns on, and that's when you can put it on high or low or medium, and that's when the heat comes on, and it kind of relaxes your back. But I've been recently, getting used to it. So I haven't turned on the heater because it's too hot sometimes, and I'm like, you know what, I could just deal with this myself. But I do have trouble sleeping a lot. For the past couple of days, I've been having trouble sleeping, but that is okay. So back to this breaking news story. Not Robert Mueller, but Roger Stone has been arrested from being addicted by the Robert Mueller and the special counsel, and he's been arrested by the FBI this morning from some. He's been arrested. So, and also some other breaking news: President Trump has agreed to postpone the State of the Union address if he gets a down payment on the wall. Also, Senate has failed to stop the government shutdown, and they failed to reopen it, and also there's not going to be funding for the wall. So that's why President Trump agrees to get a down payment so he can get his State of the Union address, and there will not be until the government has reopened. Also, another breaking news: my back really hurts, and I am laying down in my bed telling you this breaking news. This bank has been arrested. This bank has almost been robbed by this man yesterday, and the man was arrested by SWAT unit. The SWAT has crashed into the wall bank, and that has been over with for a couple of days now. Maduro has kicked the non-emergency embassy people out of the country because the U.S. ties have been cut. Now we are just waiting for the first court appearance from Roger Stone. Fighting over the government shutdown and what we should do to stop it, and also funding for the border wall. The Speaker of the House gave her speech yesterday. If you did not see, we did go live on that. She gave her speech early in the morning, and that's when later in the day the Senate was debating on the funding for the wall and the government shutdown.
He might have to break off the sticks and
We've been on for 42 minutes and 26 seconds. If you did not know, Roger Stone has been arrested. It's breaking news right now. At his home this morning. This is live breaking news. We've been on for about 42 minutes, almost an hour now. It's getting a little brighter now. It's really bright outside here in Buffalo, New York. It hasn't been this bright in weeks. It's a really beautiful day here in Buffalo, New York. And also, let's go to breaking news. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI this morning. He's waiting for his first court appearance, and we're just waiting for these people to speak about the court appearance and what has happened to Roger Stone. He's been indicted by Robert Mueller and a special counsel this morning, and he was arrested by the FBI. Now we are just waiting. We've been on this live stream for about 45 minutes now, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, I do want to hear Ben Shapiro talking about this.
Roger Stone is arrested. President Trump decides whether to declare a national emergency over the border, and the FAA shuts down LaGuardia. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is The Ben Shapiro Show. I gotta say, the writers for season 5 of Trump, it's getting a little bit muddled at this point. Honestly, like, you know, there were some nice storylines. They all seem to be coming together. They're coming together kind of quickly, kind of like Avengers: Infinity War. And now they seem to be kind of splitting apart again. It's a little chaotic. The direction's a little messy. I'm not sure I can follow all the action, but don't worry. We will break it all down for you and bring you the latest. First, let me remind you that you need coffee to get through this stuff. And that's why you need Black Rifle Coffee, because morning coffee is an American institution. That's why when it comes to starting my day, I reach for the most American coffee on the market, Black Rifle Coffee. Black Rifle Coffee gives a portion of their sales to veterans and first responder causes. They roast to order, they guarantee you fresh, delicious coffee with every single order, and Black Rifle's Coffee Club makes things super easy. Just pick your blend and the amount you want, and Black Rifle ships your coffee direct to your door every month, hassle-free. Wake up with America's coffee. That is Black Rifle Coffee. Visit blackriflecoffee.com/Ben. Receive 15% off your order. That's blackriflecoffee.com/Ben for 15% off. Again, blackriflecoffee.com/Ben. The coffee's great. So are the folks who run the company. I mean, these are folks who are not politically correct. They're not going to back down in the face of silliness. blackriflecoffee.com/Ben. Go check them out right now and receive 15% off your order again. That is blackriflecoffee.com/Ben. blackriflecoffee.com/Ben for 15% off. All right, so the big breaking news.
Hi, Brenda, can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you on his phone. I don't hear you on my phone.
Hey, it's Scott, I can hear you.
Hey, check this out. Bringing down my music.
Roger, there was a nice store, but don't worry, we'll bring coffee with every single order. And Black Rifle, again, blackriflecoffee.com/Ben. The coffee's great. So are the folks who run the company. I mean, these are folks who are not politically correct. They're not going to back down in the face of silliness. blackriflecoffee.com/Ben. Go check them out right now and receive 15% off your order again. That is blackriflecoffee.com/Ben. blackriflecoffee.com/Ben for 15% off. All right, so the big breaking news, just moments before our show began today, is that Roger Stone has been arrested. Now, you remember Roger Stone from such things as I have a giant tattoo of Nixon on my back, and also I say weird stuff a lot. He's mostly known for being a political operative, very friendly to President Trump. He has now been indicted. It went down like this. Apparently, CNN was on scene for his arrest. And people were wondering why exactly CNN was there. So there was a lot of speculation. There was a leak from Team Mueller to CNN that they should be there with cameras when Roger Stone was arrested. In reality, that's not what happened. CNN reporters apparently were at the D.C. courthouse. They saw some extra filings with the grand jury, and they decided to stake out Roger Stone's house, figuring that he was next on the indictment list, especially since Roger Stone himself had said he was next on the indictment list. So that's how we have this fascinating tape of an entire SWAT team going to Roger Stone's house. Now, normally I'm not too critical of law enforcement because, they do what they have to do. But I do wonder why it took an entire SWAT team to take down a 1,000-year-old man with a back tattoo of Nixon. I'm just wondering, was that super necessary? Did they think that he was going to be holed up snorting lines of cocaine, and then he was going to pull out a giant minigun and shout at them, "Say hello to my little friend"? What did they think was going to happen here? Anyway, here is what it sounded and looked like when the FBI arrested Roger Stone this morning.
Breaking news this morning, the FBI has arrested Roger Stone, the president's political advisor. Exclusive footage you're looking at right now from CNN as the FBI arrives at Roger Stone's residence in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay, that's it. FBI, open the door. And now they're about to say another warning. FBI warrant.
You can see Roger Stone right there, a little bit behind that door. And yes, standard operating procedure for the FBI to show up heavily armed.
In riot gear.
Like this.
Okay, standard operating procedure? Maybe. Or they could have just called Roger Stone's lawyer and said, "We are coming to arrest you." But probably they thought that he was going to destroy documents if he knew when he was going to be arrested. The reason I say that is because they also raided his Manhattan apartment on 117th Street. So, what is the indictment all about? People immediately are saying that this is all about Russian collusion. Okay, let's make clear. There has still not been a single arrest for criminal activity related to Russia. The actual charges here, are lying to the FBI, as have been the charges for everyone. So, the very short story of the Mueller investigation so far, you can read it one of two ways, the very short story of the Mueller investigation. One way is people in the FBI did not like President Trump. That would have been people like Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, and they decided that they were going to initiate an investigation into Trump when he was a candidate, and now they are racking up a bunch of charges because they got a bunch of schlubs to lie to them. And that's the entire story of the campaign. It was initiated in bad faith, and these arrests are merely a consequence of when you ask political people embarrassing questions, they tend to lie to the FBI. That's read number one. Read number two is that the investigation was initiated in good faith, that the FBI saw a lot of Trump associates who were talking with the Russians. They saw a lot of movement between the two sides, and they figured something was going on, so they launched a counterintelligence investigation that has now become a criminal investigation because of all of the people who lied to them. So we sort of have to determine whether this was a good faith effort by the FBI or a bad faith effort by the FBI. What has not been established at this point is that President Trump was involved in criminal activity with Russia. Now, again, that's a different thing than did President Trump and his campaign collude with Russia. So collusion was never a legal term. There is no crime of collusion. Right? My producers and I collude on this show every morning. That does not mean that we have committed a criminal act, although some might want to arrest us for it. The fact that Trump and that Team Trump was working with people who were go-betweens for WikiLeaks is not quite criminal activity. Eugene Volokh had a long column about this in the Washington Post a couple of years ago, in which he discussed whether it was in fact a criminal activity to work with foreign sources to reveal opposition research on your political opponent. Obviously, it's not. I mean, Hillary Clinton took opposition research on Donald Trump from the Ukrainian government, apparently, during the campaign. Politico reported that. That was not criminal activity. It is not criminal activity to work with people from foreign countries to reveal information about your opponent. Now, can it still be collusion in sort of a colloquial sense? Is it bad that the Trump campaign was working with WikiLeaks, which is an evil Russian cutout organization, in order to target Hillary Clinton? Yeah, that's bad. That's not a good thing. From any moral point of view, you do not want to be colluding with WikiLeaks, one of the worst organizations on the planet, even if it means taking down somebody like Hillary Clinton. Now, listen, that battle was litigated and fought during the 2016 campaign. And so I'm relitigating something that's already been closed. In the middle of that campaign, Donald Trump was saying, I love WikiLeaks. So this is not a new issue. It's not as though he was hiding this at all. The real question becomes twofold. One, did Trump order this sort of collusion between the campaign and the Russians? And two, is that a crime? Because if it's not a crime, it's not impeachable. It could be politically damaging, however. We'll get to that in just a second. First, let's talk about exactly what Roger Stone was arrested for. So, the indictment charges that in or around May 2016, the Democratic National Committee and the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee became aware that their computer systems had been compromised. On or about June 14, 2016, the DNC publicly announced that it had been hacked by Russian government actors. From in or around July 2016 through in or around November 2016, an organization, WikiLeaks, which had previously posted documents stolen from other U.S. persons, entities, and the U.S. government, released tens of thousands of documents stolen from the DNC and the personal email account of the chairman of Hillary's campaign, that had been John Podesta. On or about July 22, 2016, WikiLeaks released documents stolen from the DNC. Between on or about October 7, 2016 and November 7, 2016, WikiLeaks released approximately 33 tranches of documents that had been stolen from the personal email accounts of the Clinton campaign chairman, totaling over 50,000 stolen documents. So this is all stuff that we know. We're just recapping the story for you. And then here along comes Roger Stone. So what exactly did Roger Stone do? According to the indictment, during the summer of 2016, Stone spoke to senior Trump campaign officials about Organization 1, that's WikiLeaks, and information it might have had that would be damaging to the Clinton campaign.
All right. As you see right now, I am Rashid Today's channel. This is breaking news right now. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. We are awaiting his first court appearance. Here we go. If you're just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. We are awaiting his first court appearance. Alright, if you're just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI and we are waiting his first court appearance. He's been indicted by the special counsel with Robert Mueller this morning. He was arrested and now he just had his first court appearance and now we're just waiting to hear from him. Hello, I'm RJD for the today's channel. This is RJD News this morning. We are watching some breaking news. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI this morning. Also, he's been indicted by the special counsel with Robert Mueller. The FBI came to his house this morning with SWAT gear and fully armed. As you just heard moments ago from Ben Shapiro, he was speaking about this. He was just live a few moments ago.
Launched a counterintelligence investigation that has now become a criminal investigation because of all of the people who lied to them. So we sort of have to determine whether this was a good faith effort by the FBI or a bad faith effort by the FBI. What has not been established at this point is that President Trump was involved in criminal activity with Russia. Now, again, that's a different thing than did President Trump and his campaign collude with Russia. So collusion was never a legal term. There is no crime of collusion. Right? My producers and I collude on this show every morning. That does not mean that we have committed a criminal act, although some might want to arrest us for it. The fact that Trump and that Team Trump was working with people who were go-betweens for WikiLeaks is not quite criminal activity. Eugene Volokh had a long column about this in the Washington Post a couple of years ago, in which he discussed whether it was in fact a criminal activity to work with foreign sources to reveal opposition research on your political opponent. Obviously, it's not. I mean, Hillary Clinton took opposition research on Donald Trump from the Ukrainian government, apparently, during the campaign. Politico reported that. That was not criminal activity. It is not criminal activity to work with people from foreign countries to reveal information about your opponent. Now, could it still be collusion in sort of the colloquial sense? Is it bad that the Trump campaign was working with WikiLeaks, which is an evil Russian cutout organization, in order to target Hillary Clinton? Yeah, that's bad. That's not a good thing. From any moral point of view, you do not want to be colluding with WikiLeaks, one of the worst organizations on the planet, even if it means taking down somebody like Hillary Clinton. Now, listen, that battle was litigated and fought during the 2016 campaign. And so, I'm relitigating something that's already been closed. In the middle of that campaign, Donald Trump was saying, I love WikiLeaks. So this is not a new issue. It's not as though he was hiding this at all. The real question becomes twofold. One, did Trump order this sort of collusion between the campaign and the Russians? And two, is that a crime? Because if it's not a crime, it's not impeachable. It could be politically damaging, however, and we'll get to that in just a second. First, let's talk about exactly what Roger Stone was arrested for. So, the indictment charges that in or around May 2016, the Democratic National Committee and the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee became aware that their computer systems had been compromised. On or about June 14th, 2016, the DNC publicly announced that it had been hacked by Russian government actors. From in or around July 2016 through in or around November 2016, an organization, WikiLeaks, which had previously posted documents stolen from other U.S. persons, entities, and the U.S. government, released tens of thousands of documents stolen from the DNC and the personal email account of the chairman of Hillary's campaign, that had been John Podesta. On or about July 22nd, 2016, WikiLeaks released documents stolen from the DNC. Between on or about October 7th, 2016 and November 7th, 2016, WikiLeaks released approximately 33 tranches of documents that had been stolen from the personal email accounts of the Clinton campaign chairman, totaling over 50,000 stolen documents. So this is all stuff that we know, right? They're just recapping the story for you. Then, here along comes Roger Stone. So what exactly did Roger Stone do? According to the indictment, during the summer of 2016, Stone spoke to senior Trump campaign officials about Organization 1, that's WikiLeaks, and information it might have had that would be damaging to the Clinton campaign. Stone was contacted by senior Trump campaign officials to inquire about future releases by WikiLeaks. So now it looks like Stone was sort of the go-between between WikiLeaks and the Trump campaign. Again, that's not criminal activity, but it does look like what we would call colloquial collusion, that they were seeking and getting early warning from WikiLeaks about the emails that were about to be released. By in or around August 2016, Stone was claiming both publicly and privately to have communicated with WikiLeaks, right, because Stone is, as it turns out, he's more from Veep than he is from House of Cards. By in or around mid-August 2016, WikiLeaks made a public statement denying direct communication with Stone because they're a Russian front group who lies a lot.
Listen, bro. Stop turning the TV that fucking. Don't even know you that shit. Can't even hear my own
Stone also continued to communicate with members of the Trump campaign about WikiLeaks and its intended future releases. After the 2016 presidential campaign, the U.S. House of Representatives Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, the FBI, and the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence announced investigations into the interference, and then Stone took steps to obstruct these investigations, according to the indictment. Into the interference, and then Stone took steps to obstruct these investigations, according to the indictment.
Donald Trump said, "The greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who arrested CNN to be there? Who alerted CNN to be there?" This is what Ben Shapiro was just talking about. How did CNN know that Roger Stone was going to get arrested this morning? They were there before he got arrested. This is crazy. So like Donald Trump just said, the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes and drug dealers and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? We don't know what CNN was there this morning to see Roger Stone get arrested. We have no idea why they were there and how they knew. And this is what Ben Shapiro just said. He said they might have been staking outside the Roger Stone's house because they knew that he was the next on the line of the indictment. So this is what happened. He was arrested, and they showed video of him getting arrested by SWAT, which were in their riot gear. And this is just crazy. How did CNN know? So if you can see Donald Trump's tweet right here from this morning, it says, "Greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there?" So if you could go back to through my live stream, just like 5 or 10 minutes ago, Ben Shapiro was just talking about why CNN was there. We have no idea why CNN is there, but that's when Ben Shapiro told us a little bit about what they might have been doing there. It is a possibility that CNN was there just to stake out. You know, they probably knew that he was going to be next on the indictment list. Well, just like you just found out, Roger Stone's been arrested by the FBI, and Trump advisor will be speaking to the media. So his court appearance is over now, and we are just waiting for him to speak. So we are going to wait patiently. So let's look over what Trump said again. Greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? So this is where the post is. Right over here is where they're going to be speaking. So this is what Trump said. Greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? So who alerted CNN to be there? We have no idea. So let's get this all off here. Welcome to our live stream. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. Ex-Trump advisor will speak to the media. Here is the tweet from Donald Trump this morning. We've been live for about an hour now. Let's take a look at it. Yes, an hour and 7 minutes. We are still live. We've been on for about an hour and 7 minutes. President Trump's ex-advisor, Roger Stone, has been arrested at his home by the FBI this morning. And CNN was there, and everybody's confused. Why was CNN there? As you can see on Trump's tweet, his last sentence, he's confused. We're all confused of why CNN was there. And now I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of what do you call them? I know InfoWars does a lot of them. What do you call them? Conspiracy theories. There might be some conspiracy theories going on about why CNN was there. Did they know that he was already indicted? Did they know he was next on the list? Why were they staking out at his house? And next thing you know, they had SWAT come by and arrested Roger Stone. They raided his Manhattan home a few moments ago. They raided his house, and the reason why some people believe why they brung riot gear is because Roger Stone might want to delete or erase from the planet all these files. He probably wanted to burn them, just like Vladimir Putin did at the KGB back in the past when they started rioting in Germany. He had to get the heck out of there, and he was the only person, so he burned all the files, and that's probably what they were afraid of. They were probably afraid of Roger Stone burning or erasing all his files. So if you are just joining us, Roger Stone has been arrested at his home this morning by the FBI, and he was indicted by the special counsel with Robert Mueller on the Russia investigation. Now we're just waiting a little longer. Just waiting a little longer for Roger Stone to be speaking. His court appearance just ended. It is a beautiful day in Buffalo, New York. It is really bright here. It's also really bright where they are right now, too. It was a little darker earlier. So like I said earlier, this is what President Trump said. Greatest witch hunt in history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? All right. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI, and ex-Trump advisor Roger Stone will speak to the media in just a moment. Donald Trump tweeted this morning, greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. There's been no collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? As you heard earlier, longtime Trump associate Roger Stone indicted on charges brought by Mueller special counsel and arrested by the FBI. President Trump reportedly open to ending government shutdown in exchange for down payment for the wall. Republican and Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown fell in the Senate yesterday, as you've seen in our live stream. U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen to testify before Senate Pan-Laughter, claiming President Trump, Rudy Giuliani, threatened his family. Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party. The U.S. non-emergency embassy staff has been told to leave. President Trump tweeted this morning, greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. There's been no collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? So the earliest people to give us this information about Roger Stone being arrested was CNN. They were at Roger Stone's house, staking outside his house, waiting for the FBI to come and arrest Roger Stone. They were the only media source who was there, and everybody's confused, and there's been a couple of conspiracy theories. One is that they were staking out of his house because they already knew that he was indicted. So as you can see, Roger Stone will be speaking to the media in just a few moments. The other thing is, I am extremely hungry. Let's see how long we've been on this. for about an hour and 20 minutes. So it's exactly an hour and 17 minutes that we've been on live streaming here. So as you just heard, Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. Roger Stone advisor will be speaking to the media. Who alerted CNN? As you can see down here, this is our weather for today. Our national weather. Alright, now we're going to go back to the breaking news. Today, these are today's headlines. Longtime Trump associate Roger Stone indicted on charges brought by Mueller's special counsel and arrested by the FBI. President Trump reportedly open to ending government shutdown in exchange for down payment on the wall. Republican Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown failed in the Senate yesterday. the U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen to testify before Senate panel after claiming President Trump, Rudy Giuliani threatened his family. Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party. The U.S. non-emergency embassy staff has been told to leave. President Trump said, greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be here? We've been on for about an hour and 26 minutes. That we're just waiting for Roger Stone to speak to the media. We've been on about this breaking news story for about an hour and 26 minutes. Let's check out how long yesterday's video was. Yesterday's video was 1 hour and 47 minutes and 9 seconds. So it's almost 2 hours. So if you're just joining us live, Roger Stone's been arrested by the FBI. On your left, you see a live feed. On your right, you see President Trump's tweet from this morning. Longtime Trump associate Roger Stone indicted on charges brought by the Mueller special counsel and has been arrested by the FBI. President Trump reportedly open to ending government shutdown in exchange for down payment on the wall. Republican and Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown failed yesterday by the Senate. The U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen to testify before Senate panel after claiming President Trump and Rudy Giuliani threatened his family. Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party. U.S. non-emergency embassy staff has been told to leave. Let's turn the video.
Welcome everyone here to News. Joining us here on this Friday in breaking news morning by the FBI in a probe, and now he is set to speak to the media. Look at Roger from a couple of months ago, and to this, that he had a feeling that he was going to be indicted.
About it, Mike, is he started making statements like that as last fall. I mean, it's interesting. One thing. There's, no way to really know, but we report being written in Congress. Fridays are full. Lots of drama. Yeah. Last Friday, highly unusual step on a story. I think it would be great, Mike, if somehow, some way, the backstory of how BuzzFeed got all of that wrong could somehow see the light of day. But so last Friday, it was the Mueller team coming out to say that a BuzzFeed report that the president had coached Michael Cohen to lie to Congress, that it just wasn't accurate. And so that had certainly had people talking going into the weekend. Well, people are going to be talking going into the weekend now about this Roger Stone development, because this is one of the closest friends and associates that Donald Trump has had for many, many, many years. You go back and you look at some of the filed video or images that are out there. I mean, this goes back to when they were both relatively young men. So it is a close friendship. And
Trump tweeted this morning about it. Look at this. Says, greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there?
that was one question, because, of course, the proceedings of the grand jury are supposed to be secret, and really the handling of the entire Mueller investigation is supposed to be of a confidential nature. But somehow
there was a leak.
Somehow they got the word. So anyhow, we are in standby mode. Roger Stone is expected to step to the microphones at any moment now, just to kind of give his view. Will he stay on script, or will he take this opportunity with the entire political world listening in to vent his frustrations? I mean, you already know the president's frustrated because he's talking again about the greatest witch hunt in history. And Roger Stone's lawyer is already out with a statement saying that they don't believe that the Mueller team proved any type of collusion. When you take a look at what he's basically being charged with, there are so many different ways they can go after him, separate counts on separate things. So, they've been trying. This is a kind of a standard prosecutorial approach, where you kind of surround the person who may be the target of interest, meaning the president, and you put the squeeze on a lot of different people who are around him. So Paul Manafort is clearly in some real legal trouble. Michael Cohen's getting ready to report to jail. And where will we go with Roger Stone? Will he cop a plea deal, or will he fight this thing in court? And longer term, what are the implications for the president? All still to come.
Yes, so we will keep an eye on this shot here for you. This will be the one where he'll be coming down those courthouse steps, and as soon as he does, we'll bring it to you right here on News Now, everybody. But hey, like we said, today on this Friday, there's a lot going on in the world of news. And let's go for another big national story that could really affect a lot of people today. Let's go out to New York City right now.
Good pick, Mike. Look at that.
Look at that. Okay. It's perfect for us.
Yeah, so I believe this is our sister station flying their helicopter well outside the flight pattern. At LaGuardia, it looks like they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe about 10 planes getting in line for takeoff. There had been some early reports about a possible ground stop. I believe that was probably based on some of the tweets that people who were stuck on planes were sending out, saying that they had been sitting on the tarmac for about an hour. Our understanding is it is not a ground stop, but it is a slowdown, and not a not a purposeful, say, labor slowdown. It's the FAA taking precautions because of some staffing issues to basically just space the planes farther apart so that landings happen about every 2 minutes as opposed to how often they might come in. Not being a pilot, my understanding is it would be a little closer than that. I think they allow them to come in about every minute and a half. So basically that just kind of slows down the operations, and the impact that it could have as the day goes on obviously would be late flights across the eastern seaboard. Last time we checked with Sky Harbor in the past about hour or so, they weren't reporting any problems whatsoever. Oh, that's a great
Hey, look at that shot.
Look at that. If you ever wondered what it looked like to be a pilot flying on approach in and out of LaGuardia,
There you go.
there it is. You got the Empire State Building to the right, skyline of Manhattan, and the Freedom Tower, their center screen for you. After reports of staffing issues, look, this is the second paycheck that they are missing.
Yes.
And it happens at a really interesting time in Washington. One of the, in fact, the big story that has come out of the election of November of 2016 was that the Democrats took over the House. And maybe more left-leaning with some kind of firebrand new members of Congress on the left that Nancy Pelosi has to kind of keep track of. She's trying to keep her caucus together, that type of thing. So, while that's happening, and she's saying she hasn't talked to President Trump since the, quote, temper tantrum, when I think the whole country wishes she would talk to President Trump. Kellyanne Conway did an interview this morning where she
Republican
said,
Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown fail in Senate.
So it's an old James Bond reference.
U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates.
Isn't being more involved in trying to
President Trump agrees to postpone State of the Union address
in terms of actual negotiations
until
between Republicans
government
and Democrats
reopens.
there, and actual talks with the president on the House side just not happening.
Michael Cohen to testify before Senate panel after claiming President Trump and Rudy Giuliani threatened his family.
Are actually interested in both sides talking and getting together. So we saw some
Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party U.S. non-emergency embassy staff told to leave.
Democrat to Republican. And you saw the switch in the Republicans right after the two bills failed, where
Listen in.
it looks like a majority of them are pushing now for this 3-week resolution to get the government open for 3 weeks, and then in hopes that they'll be in good faith negotiation with the Democrats. Now the president is still a little, wary on that one.
Well, he says, and he's been in a lot of different negotiations over the course of many years. That was really one of his selling points to the voters, was that we haven't had anybody really negotiating in a very good manner for our country for many years. He said, we're going to win. We're going to win, which is a big thing to him. He did not win the first showdown with Nancy Pelosi. He basically kind of backed down and said, she's right. This is not the right time to be given the speech. It's her prerogative, and I'll go along with that. The thing is, that olive branch did prompt some people to take a second look on Capitol Hill, saying, hey, maybe there's some room here to really talk with the president. And yet, so far, you don't get that same vibe from Nancy Pelosi. Boy, Mike, I'm telling you, if things get worse and worse at the airports, hopefully this is as bad as we're going to see. Unfortunately, the level of people who are calling in sick or not showing up just kind of is gradually rising by the day. And so we may see growing problems at the airports.
As you can see what they're talking about, the airports are being, they're being affected by this government shutdown because air traffic control and TSA agents are not showing up to work. Because today marks the second time they're not getting paid. It's been a month that the government has been shut down, which is crazy.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
So let's just listen in to Fox 10
That's
Phoenix.
worth 10,000 words. 10,000 words. This is Chicago, right off Lake Michigan right now, and they are dealing with some bitter cold temperatures below zero.
Yep. All right. So just before sunrise there, so about 7 o'clock this morning, they were reporting 5 below zero as the air temperature. Add those winds in because they were whipping around this morning. Yeah, wind chill of 25 below zero, and as dangerous as that is, they're actually saying, Mike, that by next week it could be much worse. The type of cold, I hate to say it, but quite possibly killer cold, that they see maybe once in a decade. That's what's coming to the Chicagoland and other parts of the Midwest.
Oh yeah, I got a text message from my cousin that lives in Wisconsin, who's actually coming out here today.
Okay.
A little bit later.
All right.
I want to think that she wants to visit me, but I think she's just frozen at this point.
Yep.
And so she's just
this is the time of year.
About the world.
This is the time of year.
But anyway, she sent me a picture from her car, and it was -4.
Oh, okay. -4. And that was a wind temp. I mean, that was an air temperature.
Yes.
So, yeah. Hey, can we go back to Sat 6 for a sec?
Yes.
I'm fascinated by the...
you look at that.
Oh, they changed it on us, Mikey.
Wow, they just changed it on us there.
Are these live pics now, or are we back to the video on Matrox?
No, this is live.
Okay. They keep showing those other pictures. Yep. We got so much going on this morning.
We really do.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back live on the Roger Stone investigation.
And we're just going to keep a real close eye on this weather situation. It's dangerous, Mike.
Yep.
And we're not just talking about Illinois. I mean, the wind chill advisories for this morning went across so many counties in the Midwest. We're talking about millions and millions of people that are being affected. You always worry about the elderly, making sure they've got their heater on, that kind of thing. They put out an alert this morning in the Chicagoland about all the heating centers that were open. And I mean, we're talking about everything from senior centers to libraries to police stations, telling people if you've got somebody you're concerned about, or if you're having any problems with your heater or power or anything, get down to one of these heating centers so that we can make sure you stay alive through this frigid cold snap.
Hey, but you know what? If there is any silver lining there in Chicago, but boy, the ice and snow can really make that city even more beautiful, I say sometimes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're a guy that grew up in Chicago. You see those pictures, that's for sure. I got so many likes on the picture that I put up. You know what, Mike? I'm going to show it to our audience right here.
Why not?
People, I do believe part of the situation is here in the desert, we're so accustomed to the beauty of the desert and just never seeing snow that when the snow does finally arrive.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, would you?
You always capture so many great things on Instagram.
I don't know if I can get a good focus going on that.
There you go. Well,
if
people really wanted to focus, they're going to see it right there on your Instagram.
Yeah, it's Hooter Fox 10. I took that. We were up seeing my daughter in Utah this week. The other pic I put on, I didn't even know my wife was taking as I was out there, Mike, shoveling about 4 to 6 inches of snow, trying to just clear the driveway.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that can relate.
Yes, I can.
But it does make for beautiful pictures.
And don't you think, with all your beautiful pictures, I mean, you could really come out with a calendar every year.
Oh, Mike.
I mean, you have way more than 12.
I got like 700 pictures on my Insta. I should pick the best 12 of the last year.
That would be great for a calendar. Maybe think about it for 2020.
Okay, buddy.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Sure. So we're entrepreneurs here.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much, Ryan. Have a great weekend. And right now, folks, we're on standby mode for Roger Stone. He posted bail, $250,000, and now he's going to talk to the media. They're waiting for that. When it happens, we'll bring it to you live right here on News Now. Don't go anywhere.
Alright, like he just said, longtime Trump associate Roger Stone has been indicted on charges brought by the Mueller special counsel and arrested by the FBI. President Trump reportedly open to ending government shutdown in exchange for down payment on the wall. Republican and Democratic proposals to end partial government shutdown has failed in the Senate. U.S. to begin returning asylum seekers to Mexico on Friday to await court dates. President Trump agrees to postpone State of the Union address until government reopens. Michael Cohen to testify before Senate panel after claiming President Trump and Rudy Giuliani threatened his family. Venezuelan President Maduro cuts ties with the U.S. for backing opposition party. U.S. non-emergency embassy staff told to leave. So as you are joining us live, Roger Stone has been arrested. He was indicted by the special counsel with Robert Mueller, and the SWAT came in riot gear this morning.
And welcome back, everyone, here to News Now. Outside of a federal courthouse there in Florida, awaiting Roger Stone, the ex-Trump advisor, to talk to the media. There are a lot of media members there who want to talk to him after he was arrested earlier this morning by the FBI in a Mueller investigation probe with the Russia collusion there. So we will hear from him just a matter of moments here at any moment. Hi, everyone. Mike Page here. Welcome back to News Now as we continue to always bring you top stories and headlines from across the country. I'll keep an eye on that camera shot there for you. In the meantime, let's go out to Detroit, Michigan right now, where there is a sentencing going on for a father that is being sentenced after his daughter was hit and killed this summer on a highway. He was driving drunk when he crashed, and his 7-year-old daughter got out of the car to get help and then was hit by another car and tragically died there. So let's hear from this sentencing right here on News Now.
All right, let's hear from the sentencing for this man whose daughter was killed.
He scored 15 points.
By a car. We're just listening.
Unfortunately, there are some playback issues there with that story right there, so we're going to keep going here for you on News Now. I'm taking you once again outside live shot right now there in Florida. We have so many of these shots available to us right now. We just need the man of the hour there, Roger Stone, to come out and talk to the media there after being arrested a little bit earlier today. Let's take it now. This shot is also in Florida. This is Sebring, Florida, and you're taking a live look at this right now. This is right outside of that bank where tragically earlier this week 5 people were shot and killed in just a senseless shooting.
See, this is what I was talking about
the
the bank.
has been arrested and then will eventually face trial there, but so many people wanting to know what exactly happened right there, and we do have an update for you on that story right now in that fatal bank robbery shooting there.
Any changers?
An emotional vigil honoring the 5 women killed in a Sebring, Florida bank Wednesday. The shooting leaving people with more questions than answers.
That's the only words I've said all day is I just say, why? Why?
I was probably the last person other than the shooter to see them alive.
Victor Sparks was about to go inside the Central Florida SunTrust Bank to make a deposit when 21-year-old Zephan Zaver walked in and opened fire with a 9mm handgun.
I heard 2 loud bangs.
The gunman killed 5, all women, 4 bank employees and a customer.
I believe that
It is a random act.
Xavier had no criminal record, but a woman who claims she's his ex-girlfriend says he's fascinated with killing.
He's been threatening this for so long. For some reason, always hated people and wanted everybody to die. I've been scared for years.
And according to a 2014 report, his high school principal alerted police when he was having dreams of hurting students in a classroom. His mother agreed to take him to a behavioral health center, and police took no further action. Xavier made a brief court appearance on Thursday. He's charged with 5 counts of premeditated murder. Police say the slayings did not appear to be part of a bank robbery, and Xavier had no connection to any of the victims. The investigation continues, but police still don't have a motive. Anita Vogel, Fox News.
I think there's so much Anita
This
live
is
vigil
not good.
happening right now outside of
not
that
good.
bank there in Florida, and you're just taking a look at really just a
So
somber
they are
moment there
doing
right
some
now.
sort of
It's,
vigil
chaplain
outside
there,
of
as well
the
as others
bank.
who just wanted to pay some respects there. The laying flowers right at the scene of that horrible tragedy that happened earlier this there, unfortunately. Next story that we have here for you, we want to bring to you
This is one of the
survival
first
story of 18-year-olds.
major shootings in the United States this year in 2019.
2 Auburn teenagers are grateful to be alive after surviving nearly 24 hours stranded in the High Sierra with no cell service to call for help.
I didn't think I was going to make it at all. There was no hope.
18-year-olds McKenna Kelly and John Hansen became trapped in their snow-covered car after a brief hike near Forest Hill, stuck on a back county road overnight in freezing temperatures with nothing but a tank of gas and their dog Marley by their side.
We didn't feel anybody was coming for us all night.
The next morning, McKenna began showing signs of hypothermia, altitude sickness, and even frostbite, so John went out to get help, hiking 5 miles in the knee-deep snow to alert first responders.
I don't think I would have made it unless I had her in the back of my head, because it was kind of, it was life or death for sure.
Less than an hour later, the car died, leaving McKenna without any heat.
I said if I stay put for any more hours, I'm going to die.
She briefly set out on foot with the little clothing she had on, only to turn back moments later. Her clothes now soaked and her skin beginning to change color, she decided to do something drastic.
And I ended up peeing on my legs so I get some heat in them because they were black and blue and purple.
A move doctors say likely spared her limbs from amputation. Thinking it was the end, she began writing goodbye letters to her family until help finally came.
Finally, I was just looking out the window and I see a snowmobiler.
And soon after, McKenna and John were reunited with their families, bringing an end to the nightmare.
She's a good dog.
Seeing their faces when I never thought I'd see them again was probably the best moment of my life.
Wow, there. Amazing story there of survival. We got another teen story here for you of a teen helping another teen survive.
Now we're going to go back to Roger Stone.
Follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes. Don't move your head.
He saved my life because, I could have died.
2 high school students who didn't know each other are now linked in a way neither could have imagined.
Knowing that I was able to save another human being's life, I feel great about it.
Their paths converged last month inside this gym at Dozier Libby Medical High School in Antioch. 9th grader Araya Royal was playing basketball in PE class when she banged into another girl at full speed.
So I hit right here on this eye with another child's head, and then I fell back and hit the side of my head right here.
Brian Canty, a senior, says he happened to be looking out of his classroom window and saw the principal running into the gym. Brian began running there too. He saw Araya on her back, not moving.
She wasn't responding, she wasn't following me with her eyes, and so I immediately knew that something was going on. I was able to get down on the ground with her, at her head, and I hold manual inline stabilization to stabilize her head and neck. I asked her simple questions like, what's your name, where are you at, what day of the week is it? As soon as the EMTs and paramedics got in, I told them, I gave my rundown. I said, we need to get a bird out here.
Araya had seizures in the ambulance and a severe concussion. She was hospitalized for a week. The next time the 2 students saw each other was here at school.
He was happy to see me and that I was okay.
Brian says he learned what to do thanks to a first responder course he took at school. Last year, he helped another student who had a seizure on the playground. The Antioch Unified School District Board of Education Wednesday formally recognized Brian for his quick response.
I can tell that he's a very upstanding young man, has a lot on the go, so I'm very proud of him for stepping up on this occasion.
This is a kid that goes to a school that saved another kid's life. So I think it's really cool that we can share the story with everyone else.
Ironically, Brian says he wants to become an EMT and then eventually a medevac emergency nurse.
We thank you for saving our life, you know?
In Antioch, Rob Roth, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, everybody, here's a live look. Once again, we are on Roger Stone watch right there at a Florida courthouse, federal courthouse, as we await the ex-Trump advisor to come and talk to the media there. Quite the media spectacle as you're taking a look at all these shots here of photographers, reporters, all waiting to talk to the man that was arrested earlier this morning by the feds. We'll be back. More news now coming up next.
Alright, this is crazy. Thank goodness that girl is alive. We have some really good top stories today. So we are back here live with Roger Stone's indictment, and he should be coming out at any moment. I believe that he's coming out right now. I believe he is coming out right now. This is breaking news. This is Roger Stone right now, live right now. Breaking news. He should be speaking in just a moment, as you can see him right there.
Seeing if you could hear me. Arizona? Mike Page from Arizona.
Hi, Mike. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning. All right, thank you so much for doing this, David, and just talk back.
Sounds good.
He is here right now. We have to go back to him right now. It's definitely a news blooper right here. Okay, he should be here right now. Okay, this is him. As you can see him. We're trying to listen in. He's saying that he's innocent right now and he was never indicted.
Roger speak for himself. Nothing to hide, nothing to hide, and he's spoken before, and he'll speak to you now.
Okay, this is Roger Stone. Roger Stone right now. They are not letting him speak. As you can see right now, this is Roger Stone right now. This is breaking news. They are saying to lock him up. We cannot hear what Roger Stone is trying to say right now. They're being very, very difficult. This is breaking news. Roger Stone is trying to speak right now.
I will plead not guilty to these charges. I will defeat them. I believe this is a politically motivated investigation. I am qualified to do it. I have been told to respect law processes. And as I have said previously, there is no circumstance.
They're at the Florida courthouse. We cannot hear what Roger Stone is saying right now.
Against the president, nor will I lies and these threatened by myself. Since I was not contacted prior to charges today, lawyers have not talked to the prosecutor and investigator, and I have made clear I'm not to testify against them because I would have to wear I will be here next week. I'll address those questions at that time.
At this time, Roger Stone is trying to speak, and we cannot understand what he is trying to say. He was indicted this morning by the special counsel with Robert Mueller. He is literally trying to speak right now while the crowd is being very difficult. We cannot hear. They are trying to exercise the First Amendment right by speaking and yelling and trying to block off him talking. So this is breaking news right now. Roger Stone has been arrested by the FBI. He just came from his court hearing, and now we are trying to listen to what he's trying to say.
The only person I have advocated a pardon for is Marcus Garvey.
Federal wages in prison. Don't bend over by the soap, Roger.
This is live pictures right now. Alright, Roger Stone is leaving. He is now leaving. Roger Stone was trying to speak. This is breaking news. Roger Stone is now leaving. The crowd was being difficult. We could not hear what Roger Stone was trying to say. They were blocking all what they were trying to say. This is breaking news right now. They are chanting USA and lock him up. This is just crazy. The press is all over him. This is just ridiculous. Now that we heard from Roger Stone, our live stream will be ending soon. Just wow. I am Rashid James from CJ's Day Channel. You have been watching Roger Stone that got arrested and he was indicted by the special counsel with Robert Mueller. And the SWAT team came to his house this morning with riot gear, trying to lock him up. And he just came from his court hearing and he's tried to speak to the media, but everybody in the background, we're screaming. They said that he was saying, they said lock him up, they were chanting USA, they were also chanting hate speech. So Roger Stone has been arrested, and this is breaking news. So this is just about almost the end of our live stream. We've been on for about 2 hours almost, and I think this has been a great live stream. I am Rashid from CJ's Stage Channel. You've been watching RJD News this morning. Just wow. As you did say, Roger Stone was trying to speak moments ago. As you see, the media is trying to get all their microphones away. So it seems that all these microphones were not, loud enough for us to hear him. This is RJD News. I'm Rashid James. We've been on for exactly 2 hours now. 2 hours.
That was Fox. You are welcome. All right.
I am Rashid James. You have been watching RJD News.
I know, but you can cut that when you take me over there. You can just film. I have to get over there ASAP. Mills was supposed to get me, but he's still in Columbus.
That is RJD News this morning. Good night. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. I'm Rashid James with the Rashid James Stage Channel. You've been watching RJD News this morning, and that is it.